Hi, my name's Sarah Kelly and I'm CEO of Stagecoach Performing Arts. At Stagecoach we believe everyone has potential, but that potential's nothing unless it's realised. And we help children every week unlock their potential through the wonderful medium of performing arts. We teach them how to sing, dance and act. However, what we really do is give them a whole bunch of wonderful life skills to go forward and accomplish on the stage of life. Being brave is really important in today's environment, and parents know that, moving forward, when their children go on to have a career, nobody's quite sure what career they're going to have. Nowadays, sometimes they might have to work in a technical environment, sometimes it's going to be in a face-to-face environment, sometimes they're going to have to present to large audiences. And when you do performing arts, you get to kind of try out all of that. Take risks. We call it safe risk taking, and we have a safe environment where you're with a cohort of your friends and you can try and sing, and who knows, you might sing the wrong note, but that's okay. You pick yourself up again and you try again, and that gives you the confidence to explore different aspects of yourself and the confidence to know that if you go in a different environment you can adapt to that, but you can also have the bravery to try. And I think that having that attitude to try, be brave and have the courage knowing that even if you slip up, that's okay, because you can get back in the ring again if you like and try again. And that's performing arts really does help you do that. So expression. Wow, one of my favourite things. I mean, how can you do performing arts and not be expressive? This is where children can really try out the creativity and all those ideas they have in their imagination. So, for instance, let's take drama. Okay, I want you to be an elephant. Show me what an elephant does. Or be a buzzy bee if you're 4 years old. Or actually be King Lear if you're 12, 13, 14 years old. Being able to express yourself is about thinking in your imagination what that character really is, and then going in there and just being safe enough to just give it your all and show people exactly how you feel that expression is. It might not be the same as the other person, and that's absolutely fine, because it's about being individual in your expression and allowing yourself to be creative and your imagination to run wild. Being adaptable. We've all got to be flexible in life, and even more so in the future, and actually giving our kids the life skills to feel safe in whatever environment they're in is important. Whether they're in groups of 2 or whether in a large ensemble, they've got to feel that they've got a place in that room. So, for instance, every Saturday morning they'll move around from singing, dancing and acting. So one place they may be in a very small room where they've got to sing in front of a group of people to a piano and pitch their voice. The next minute they may be crawling around on the floor trying to be short and slow, or they may be trying to be tall and high in a drama class, or physical exercise. They could be doing street dance, or they could be doing tap, or they could be doing, jazz. Jazz hands is one of our favourites, yes. So being adaptable to that different environment, working in pairs or working in a group is really important. The other part being adaptable is going on stage and doing a performance, of course, and all the nerves that come with being in a performance, being able to sort of get ready in the wings and make yourself calm, be able to breathe, and then go out on the stage and then give it your all. That's really important. So adapting to different environments actually comes naturally when you do performing arts. And actually, you can take that out into your normal life and be adaptable, whether you're in a room in a conference talking to a whole group of people, or whether you're sitting on a one-to-one negotiating in the future, whether you're going to be an ice cream maker at Tesco's, for instance. It all comes into play. Imagination. You can't take on another character unless you can imagine what that character is like. So it's really important that you start to think about what a particular character would do in a given situation. Now in drama, sometimes we do improvisation. And improvisation, we could run a story and somebody starts the story as a big grizzly bear, for instance, and then next you're in the ring and you have to continue that story. Now you don't know where the grizzly bear was going and you don't know why the grizzly bear was there, but maybe you become a butterfly and you have have to then extend the story through there. So we have some very creative stories that come out of those sessions, I can tell you. But children have to be able to get in there, improvise, grow really quickly and learn a character or think about a character and use their imagination to take the story into some place where the audience are really going to enjoy it. So it's thinking about yourself in that place, but also how people are going to see you, perceive you, and look at what you're going to do as well. Being sociable. Okay, so how many times do we hear parents say, oh my gosh, we're all sitting around the dinner table and all we've got is the children looking at their telephones. One of the biggest things that we hear from parents is that children don't know how to socialise like we all used to socialise when we got on our bikes and went down the park years ago. And so one of the great things about Stagecoach is mobile phones are not allowed in the classroom, if you like. So having mobile downtime is really great, whether it's in Stagecoach or wherever they are. And kids have to learn how to socialise together by doing different games together through drama, or maybe working in pairs in a dance sequence, or pitching together in terms of music, or harmonising even, learning how to harmonising in a group. Also, that's about socialising but not realising that you're socialising, and being able to socialise without using your mobile phone is a key thing, or the screen. Being able to look someone in the face, shake their hand, look at their expression. Often we do mirroring, so a kid will do some action with their face and the other child has to mirror that action, for instance. That's a great way of actually really studying people's body language. Body language is an amazing part of socialising. If you think about it, 80% of communication is non-verbal, so body language is a really important thing to look at. So looking at body language is something that we really explore at Stagecoach through singing, dancing and acting. Active can be really obvious, movement. Okay, so singing, we will be active in terms of showing a child how to really project their voice, how to use their diaphragm properly in order to actively breathe in the right way in order to get the right sound out of their voice. Easily in dancing, you're going to be expressing yourself and moving around. So being physical and active is really important because it burns off calories, helps kids get fit. But also drama, there's a lot of movement in drama as well, and taking on different characters and impressions and moving around like an animal, or maybe sometimes we do play fighting, that sort of thing, taking on scenes. There's a lot of physical activity, and that leads to a child being very active. The other thing that maybe people don't necessarily put with active is about active listening. Being able to actively listen, which is about hearing what people are saying or listening to a tune and being able to pitch to that tune. So being active is not just about being physical, but it's actually being able to sit back and really listen and understand, which is a great skill moving forward. I often say we've got 2 ears and 1 mouth, and they should be used in that proportion. Resilience. We all need resilience in our life. We're going to get knockbacks. No one is ever going to be right the first time. And that's a really hard lesson to learn actually as you're growing up. And a great environment to learn it is in singing, dancing and acting, because actually it doesn't feel like you're learning a lesson, but you do. So yeah, you're going to muff up your lines. Definitely. You're going to sing the wrong note. Absolutely, you will. And you might not look like a dragon, you might look more like a pig, you know, when you're doing some characterization. However, that doesn't matter. What you do is you listen to the teacher, you listen to the people around here, your cohorts, you pick yourself up and you try again. And maybe you try again. I mean, I'm not great at singing and I'd probably have to sing quite a lot to get it right. And that's the environment that you're allowed to explore when you're at Stagecoach. It's safe. And resilience is about building up that ability to know that even if you muck up once, you can try again, and eventually you're going to get it right. Practice is all about mastering something, and this is something that our children really learn when they put on a performance. Every year the children are given an opportunity to take part in a show, and so they have to rehearse lines. They may be given a particular part, they may also have to join in a particular song, and they have to learn the words and they have to learn that song, and they have to rehearse and they have to rehearse again until they get it right, and everybody gets it right in terms of the group. Now, come the day of performance, all of that rehearsing will come into its full, because actually they will have rehearsed and rehearsed and rehearsed, and when they do the actual event itself, despite them being anxious or maybe nervous, they'll know that they can do it because they've done it before. And that's about mastery. It's about practicing, rehearsing, and then going out there and really showing everybody what you've learned, the wonderful crafts that you learn. Not only the skill, but the skill of performing. It's very important. So, if you want to come along and unlock your child's potential and help them learn wonderful life skills to take them forward and accomplish on the stage of life, we call that developing creative courage. And we'd love to help you, and we'd love to help support you and your children. So if you want to find your fearless, come along and go to stagecoach.co.uk and you will find all the information there you need.